Dear students, let us discuss this first poem of your book Flamingo, My Mother at 66, written by Kamala Das, a prominent name among the first first women writers from India writing in English. She used to write in Malayalam and English, and she is known for her writing that support freedom, particularly freedom of women. Coming to this poem, let me underline that this poem is a very short one. This poem is in fact just a single sentence. As the title makes it clear, my mother at 66 means my mother at the age of 66. As the time of Kamala Das was 1934, she was born 1934. During her youth, when her mother would actually have been 66, the life expectancy in India was not very high. Today you can find people at the age of 66 who are very healthy. But a couple of decades back, the condition was not like this. So, why am I telling you all this? Just to tell you that my mother at 66 means my old mother. My old mother who has not much life in her. She's not very healthy. Rather, she is sick due to old age. Let me read out the sentence before you read. Aging is a natural process. Have you ever thought what our elderly parents expect from us? So this NCERT introduction hints as to how we should read this poem. Of course, old parents expect from us that their kids are with them, they need their company, they need care, they need that young people of the family keep talking to them, keep caring for them, keep them engaged. But the poet Kamala Das start this poem from describing her departure from her mother. The image you can see shows the same thing. Now I would read the poem first and then explain a little. Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me, doze, open-mouthed, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with pain that she was as old as she looked, but soon put that thought away and looked out at young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. But after the airport security check, standing a few yards away, I looked again at her, wan, pale as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood's fear. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." all I did was smile and smile and smile. So this single sentence poem, there is no full stop in it. It reads, when the poet was on her way away from her mother. She was leaving her mother's place, and she was moving to Cochin. And on the way to airport, when she was with her mother in a car, she noticed when she looked at her mother who was sleeping. Doze means sleeping. And while sleeping, her mouth was open and her face ashen like that of a corpse. Means her face was so dull, so pale. It was like ash. It was looking like a corpse. And realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. Means she actually was very old. And at this age, she is not well and she needs her company, but the practical needs of life don't allow the poet to stay with her mother. The practical life and the emotions, they are a bit contradictory. So she tries to distract herself by seeing out of the car. And what does she find out of the car? She finds sprinting trees, running trees, happy children coming out of their homes in good numbers. But does this distraction in any way help her? Perhaps no. Because after the security check at airport, when she was standing a few yards away from her mother, she again looked at her van pale. When she again looked, she found that she was wan, means colorless, lifeless, pale, yellowish. And she compares her view with a late winter's moon. A late winter's moon is not shining. A late winter's time is a time of inactivity. No poems, no romantic poems, no poems describing beauty are written referring to late winter. They refer to spring, they refer to autumn, but late winter means very stagnant time. Everybody is restricted to save themselves from winter, chilling winter, and the moon itself is not shining. And at the airport, she again felt that old familiar ache. She is very distressed and she feels her childhood's fear. What is her childhood's fear? It is evident from the very childhood, like other children who love their mother, they are afraid that one day they may lose their mother. Their mother may die. But all I said was, "See you soon, Amma." All I did was smile and smile and smile. So there are two incidents in the same sentence when she tries to distract herself, or in this latter case, she tries to hide her sorrow, hide her pain by doing what? By saying, "See you soon, Amma," and by smiling. But if you read this poem in flow, the underlying feeling is that of pain, sorrow. The sorrow which you have due to your affectionate relationship with your closed ones, your mother. So this is all about this poem. What is the kind of pain and ache that the poet feels? This is the pain associated with the poet's relationship with her mother, and she is worried about her health and her destiny. What are the young trees described? Why are the young trees described as sprinting? Because the poet tries to distract herself and wants to see something which is good, which is life, full of life. But this contrast actually makes the pain in the poem even bitter. So her pain, her distress has been strengthened by this reference of sprinting trees. Why has the poet brought in the image of merry children spilling out of their homes? Again, like sprinting trees, the spilling out of their homes, the children spilling out of their homes, they are also a symbol of life. It is again in contrast to her mother's condition. Both the references have been made at the same time, in the same place, and they symbolize two things. One, that she tries to escape from her emotions and tries to find some life around her. But finally, this conveys a deeper sorrow in this poem. Why has the mother been compared to late winter's moon? Because the late winter's moon is very dull, and her mother's condition is also very dull. And the late winter in itself is a time of late winter's time in itself is very dull, and time associated with inactivity, lifelessness. So the old sick mother has been compared to late winter's moon. What do the parting words of the poet and her smile signify? Her effort to hide her pain, maybe to distract herself, maybe her own effort to convince herself that everything will be okay and she will again be with her mother soon. Maybe she is aware that it is not sure that she will be able to see her mother again, but she just want to console her mother who she is not able to remain with anymore. Hope you like this explanation. You need to prepare answers to, you need to be ready to answer the similar questions but in different words. But if you could appreciate that the underlying underlying emotion is that of pain in this poem, and the pain which is associated, which is present when you part with any closed one. If you could appreciate this, you will be able to answer all the questions. But again, when it comes to literature, practice is very important. So all the best, and thank you for now.